Hey cuties! Courtney here of Color Me Courtney and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm giving you a full tour of our New York City living room here in our apartment. So our apartment is a little bit unconventional for a few reasons. One, it used to be a refrigerator factory, so it has all these like giant columns just in the middle of the apartment that you just kind of have to work around. Two, it has these super high ceilings, and three, it has like an unconventional layout. So all those could be like deterrents that would make it really hard to design around. So instead of just kind of going against them, we decided to embrace them in like a unique design way. We had to find a couch that kind of fit perfectly in between these columns, which was kind of difficult, but one solution we found was to use 3 different chairs that actually can sit together like a sofa, but can also sit separately as chairs. And we just kind of pushed them together to create the illusion of the sofa, but it also gives us flexibility, so if we move somewhere else and we want to change it out or make it bigger or smaller, we have all of those options. Another huge issue I had with the living room is it's so white. As a solution, we decided to do huge art install pieces like these Pantone ones behind me, and we created them custom, tied to our personalities, and we're able to create them throughout the apartment. Together, they really tell a cool story that also is just unique to us. When we're not using our laptops and working on the actual sofa, we have a few different desk sets around in our living room that also serve as our home office. Right behind me is one of the desk setups, and this one's really nice because it's next to the only 2 windows we have in our apartment, so it gets a lot of great light, and it could just be like a more invigorating place to work when you're sitting behind a computer all day. As I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of white space in our apartment and it totally drove me crazy. So another quick solution that we did to infuse a lot of color without having to paint or do anything too invasive was the install of our rainbow bookcases. These are just your standard basic Billy bookcases from Ikea, and we added these extenders up top because we have such high ceilings, and then we just decided to kind of go with a rainbow situation here. So starting over here with the red, we did a bunch of like red accessories. These are just like props and things that I'll use for photo shoots. This one's my favorite. These are Paris's roller skates.
These are not a favorite.
They don't have such fond memories. We actually had a big roller skating accident. There's a video of it on YouTube here on my channel if you want to see it and laugh at our pain. Here you can kind of see, sorry, there's a lot of mess in here. Normal things, rainbow tambourine, those are all hidden in here. But here you can take a closer look at the DIY we did on this door. This is just like a glass piece that comes standard from Ikea. We just took a bunch of wrapping paper and put it on the other side and then put the door in. So it doesn't actually require anything, no tape, no nothing. One really cool thing though about this DIY is that you can continually change out the colors. So if you got sick of rainbow and you wanted to change them all blue, you definitely could. If your choices are rainbow or blue, go with rainbow. And now we have our green vignette, which has normal things that you'll find in every home, like a gigantic green apple, a light blue ukulele, because you never know when you're going to need that. You'll also find a lot of Alice in Wonderland books sprinkled throughout. I have quite a collection of Alice in Wonderland books. Another basketball here for Paris. Oh, and of course, I have a bunch of wands sprinkled throughout our house. I really wanted a white TV, so we found this Samsung frame one, which has like these frame pop-ons that you can add to make your TV look more like a piece of art and less like a standard television set. These things here, this white actually comes off and on. Usually the TV looks better when you mount it. We just haven't gotten around to it yet. But even just standing here, it looks more like a framed piece of artwork, especially because it has this feature where it actually does look like a piece of art. And you can switch it out. You can pick different art pieces. You can upload your own. It has all these really great features. I really love our TV. Another major issue we had here in our apartment is lighting. Because the refrigerator factory, there was no overhead lighting, which was kind of annoying, so we had to install all the lighting ourselves. So we did 2 major solutions here in the living room. The first being these lights, which we actually got from Ikea, and they just plug into the wall. It's a really easy way that we were able to install lighting without involving an electrician, because that costs a lot of money and my landlord maybe wouldn't like that. This is something that we can take with us when we move on to another apartment, and just a great option for like rental living. The other lighting option that we introduced was the lights above our Billy bookcase. These are also from Ikea, and they actually are remote operated. They're the same ones I installed in my closet, so if you want to check out my closet reveal, go ahead and look at that video. And they also plug into the wall, no electrician, no hassle, and this easy remote just allows us to control and change the lights however we need. And the rainbow continues. Here you'll see the overflow of all my desk stuff, because it doesn't all fit on my desk. So like I have file folders, pens, pencils, that kind of stuff. It's usually pretty organized. Sometimes it gets a little messy, but it seems to be pretty organized at the moment. There are also quite a few 90s references that you might find. If you're a Rugrats fan, you maybe recognize these glasses. And if these aren't super recognizable, hopefully Reptar is a familiar face. And there's a lot of 90s influences sprinkled throughout our apartment. Maybe you saw the Hey Arnold reference to Gerald earlier on. In just a second, you'll see some more influence in our artwork, so keep an eye out for that. On the other side of this vignette, I have our second desk set situation. When you work from home, it's kind of nice to be able to have a change of scenery, because you're just like here all the time. Sometimes I can work behind the couch, other times I can work here, and also when Paris and I are both working at the same time, we could be spread out and just not working on top of each other, which is really nice. I have a rolly chair that sits with this desk, and it's kind of all just pink themed, because after purple comes pink, so it just kind of continues in the rainbow. And behind my computer, you'll see my rainbow Bluetooth headphone collection. I love Bluetooth headphones for when I'm working. I also really love blue light glasses, so I have them both in almost every color and just keep them here on display. Here behind me is our final vignette, and this one is pink to kind of round out our rainbow. Here again, lots of pink books, pink props, and just random pink things that I put on display here on our bookshelf. You'll find another little French bulldog. You also might see my infamous pink skates from our rollerblade debacle. Just normal things that I feel like everyone has in their living room, right? With my closet back behind me, this is our third and final desk set situation. If we had someone else here working in the space out of our office, we wanted to give them a place to work. You'll see fun things on here like nods to Pantone, Mike Wazowski, yet another wand. This one's actually Paris's wand, because this is Newt Scamander's wand, so, you know, Expelliarmus Paris. Here I have another Gray Malin artwork. I have one in my bedroom, as well as this elephant one here, because I love elephants. And what I really like about the thing that we use to break up the space is that we did this custom feature of adding these little cubbies up top, so that we could continue our vignette storyline with even more pops of color and like unexpected pieces. Because our ceilings are so giant and tall, I had all this extra space above our like closet breakout, and you could just totally see on the other side into my closet. You could see my handbags being stored up there. So in order to make sure it wasn't really visible when you're here in the living room, I added these vases that are just kind of lined up, and they're both functional but also kind of a design element. I found these really cool Fresh Prince of Bel-Air pieces that are supposed to be if the characters were reimagined for today.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground is where I spent most of my days, chilling out like when a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight, and my mom got scared. She said, "You move in with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." Shout out Fresh Prince.
On the other side of the wall, we have what Paris calls the Wakanda Forever wall, because we just did this faux greenery that we got from Ikea. They're individual squares, and then we attach them with command strips up on the wall so we can easily remove them when we decide to move on to another apartment. When you walk into our apartment and you open the front door, there's a long hallway. This is pretty much the only thing you see. We didn't want it to take up too much space, so we decided to use these clear ghost chairs because they're functional, but they also are see-through, so it kind of works exactly the way we need them to. I also got this little small table. I got this one from Wayfair and this vase set. We don't really keep real flowers in the house because Paris and I both have serious allergies. This is a fun way to kind of keep the natural elements in without making our allergies go crazy. That's it, cuties. I hope you guys enjoyed this look at our New York City living room and maybe it inspired you guys to infuse a little bit more color into your home too. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we have new videos coming out almost every week and a lot of them are home focused. Until then, see you guys later. Bye!